Close your eyes and imagine. You are standing in a forest 10,000 years ago. No roads, no signs, no phone. The nearest water is a day away. One wrong turn and you die. How do you find your way? Today, your phone knows where you are within 3 meters, anywhere on Earth. But for most of human history, getting lost was not an inconvenience. It was a death sentence. And yet, ancient humans crossed deserts, oceans, and continents. They found their way across thousands of kilometers without a single map. How? They turned the entire world into a map. It started with memory. Hunter-gatherers memorized every stream, every strange rock, every crooked tree in their territory. Their mental maps covered hundreds of square kilometers in perfect detail. Aboriginal Australians turned their maps into songs. Each song described a route. The rhythm matched your walking pace. The lyrics named each landmark in order. Sing the song and you could walk 500 kilometers without getting lost. These song lines crisscrossed the entire Australian continent. A network of sung highways passed down for 40,000 years. It is the oldest navigation system on Earth, and it still works today. Then humans looked up. The sky is the most reliable map ever made. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west, every single day. Your first compass was free, and it was made of fire. At night, the stars took over. One star in the northern sky never moves. The North Star. Find it, and you always know which way is north. Sailors trusted their lives to that single dot of light for thousands of years. But the greatest navigators in history did not just look at the sky. They read the ocean itself. The Polynesians. They crossed the Pacific, the largest ocean on Earth, in wooden canoes, without a single instrument. They read wave patterns. When waves hit an island, they bounce back and bend around it. A trained navigator could feel these reflected waves in the movement of his canoe. He could sense an island beyond the horizon with his body. They watched birds. A land bird flying home at sunset points to land. They watched clouds. Clouds stack up over islands. They even read the color of the water. Green tint means a lagoon is near. Polynesian children trained for years. They memorized star paths for over 100 stars. They learned wave patterns lying in water blindfolded. By adulthood, a navigator carried an entire GPS system in his head. The Marshall Islanders even built wave maps. Sticks tied together showed wave patterns. Shells marked islands. These stick charts were not carried on voyages. They were memorized. The map lived in the navigator's mind. Meanwhile, in the desert, another masterclass was happening. Arab travelers crossed endless identical sand dunes using stars, wind patterns, and sand itself. Every dune shape told them which way the wind blows, and the wind always blows the same way. The Vikings crossed the freezing North Atlantic using sun position, whale routes, and the flight paths of ravens they carried on board. Release the raven. If it flies off, land is near. If it comes back, keep sailing. On land, travelers built the first road signs. Piles of stones called cairns marked safe paths through mountains and deserts. On the Silk Road, towers of mud brick guided caravans from oasis to oasis, like a chain of lighthouses on land. Some historians believe Vikings even used sunstones, crystals that reveal the sun's position through clouds. Foggy day, no sun visible, no problem. Hold up the crystal, find the hidden sun, keep your course. Then came the tool that changed everything. Around 2,000 years ago in China, someone discovered that a magnetic stone always points the same direction. The compass was born, not for travel, for fortune-telling. Sailors quickly realized this magic stone was worth more than gold. A compass works in fog, in storms, on cloudy nights. For the first time, humans could navigate when the sky disappeared. In the Arctic, Inuit hunters navigated months of total darkness. No sun. Endless snow. They read sastrugi, frozen wind ridges in the snow that always point the same direction. The wind carved their compass into the ground. With the compass came real maps. sea charts with crisscrossing lines connecting every port. Then latitude from the stars. Then longitude from precise clocks. Each invention shrunk the unknown. Sailors far from land use senses we have forgotten. The smell of smoke and coconut carried 100 kilometers over water. The sound of waves crashing on reefs traveled through fog. Some navigators tasted the seawater. River mouths make the ocean less salty. And in 1978, we launched our sky map into space. GPS satellites. Your phone listens to at least 4 of them, measures the delays, and calculates your position in milliseconds. But here is the twist. As our tools got smarter, our brains got lazier. Studies show GPS users remember routes worse. The brain region for mental maps, the hippocampus, actually shrinks with GPS dependence. London taxi drivers who memorize the city, theirs grows. Polynesian navigators are now teaching their wave reading again. Aboriginal Australians still sing their songlines. Because they know something we forgot. Navigation was never just about getting there. It was about knowing where you are. And where nature gave no signs, humans built their own stars. The lighthouse of Alexandria stood 100 meters tall, its fire visible 50 kilometers out at sea. For 2,000 years, humans lit fires on every dangerous coast in the world. So tonight, try it. Step outside. Find the North Star. Feel which way the wind blows. Notice where the sun set. That quiet feeling of knowing where you stand, that is 10,000 years of human genius. Still alive. In you. Sailors also invented dead reckoning. Throw a rope with knots into the water. Count the knots passing through your hands. Now you know your speed. That is why ship speed is still measured in knots today. A carpenter named John Harrison spent 40 years building a clock that kept perfect time at sea. Compare the clock's home time with local noon, and you know exactly how far east or west you are. The ocean was finally solved. But without knowing longitude, even the best sailors got lost. In 1707, 4 British warships miscalculated their position and hit rocks in the fog. 2,000 men drowned in one night. Britain offered a fortune to anyone who could solve longitude.